So the administrative residency program at Eau Claire is a year-long internship with a facility. During that time, you have 6 months of rotations where you get to work in each department, and then the second 6 months is more in a leadership position where you get to learn more of the role of an administrator. Yeah, it's really beneficial because it's a paid internship, and with some other healthcare administration programs, you don't really get that opportunity. And it's set up for the whole year, so you get all your 2,000 hours that you need for your license in this year.
Good evening, I'm Ellie Pomerlew.
And I'm Katie McCoy.
On tonight's episode of BNN, we are breaking down the Russia-Ukraine conflict.
Joining us here is Professor of Political Science and International Relations, Damir Kovacevic.
Thank you for joining us tonight. How are you doing?
Thank you for having me. I'm doing well, thanks.
Doing well.
So can you tell us a little bit about your background in international relations?
Sure, so I'm a political science professor. I teach international relations, comparative politics. My primary focus in international relations would be international security, political violence, ethnic conflict, that kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. Very relevant to what's obviously happening.
Yeah, we are definitely excited to hear with your expertise about what's going on in Ukraine right now. So to break it down for students, what is the main conflict between Russia and Ukraine?
So the main conflict is mostly Putin-driven right now. What's happening is Putin invaded Ukraine. Ukraine is a sovereign, independent country, and the Ukrainians are fighting for their sovereignty. They're fighting for their essentially right to exist, and Putin has made it a point to sort of suggest that Ukraine and Russia are inseparable. So he doesn't see a difference between Ukraine and Russia. He doesn't see Ukraine as an independent entity. He thinks that Ukraine, much like the rest of the Soviet republics, were creations of the former Soviet Union under Lenin, and then it was upheld by Stalin and Khrushchev. And so he never really thought that Ukraine ever existed as its own thing. And how he just wants it back. And so he did it in 2014 when he took Crimea. He's had the Donbass region in eastern Ukraine, and now it looks like he wants most of Ukraine. So the conflict it's simple. It's Putin illegally invading and Ukraine fighting to hold what's rightfully theirs.
There's going to be no slaps. You think about it in your head, and then I'm going to go down the line, make sure you have your set answer. Where should people go to watch more game show and TV10 content? Joel, what are you thinking?
MyTV10.com.
Aaron, what are you thinking?
myTV10.uwc.edu.
John, what are you thinking?
What is myTV10.uwc.edu?
And John gets this round with what is my TV10? It comes full circle.
That was poetic. Oh my goodness.
John's the only one to say what is. And that's how we end Jeopardy. John blowing away the competition. Aaron and Joel finishing with no points. And that's all we have for Jeopardy tonight. I hope everyone enjoyed. For more, check out mytv10.uwec.edu. And I'll catch you next time.
Now we welcome in TV10's programming director, John Franklin, with a preview of this year's Frozen 4. John?
Hey, how are you doing, Noah?
Good, how are you, John?
I'm doing great. So, coming up on Thursday and Saturday this week, we have the NCAA Ice Hockey Championships, more commonly known as the Frozen 4. Held in the TD Garden in Boston, Massachusetts, we will get to see Denver, Minnesota State, and Minnesota State Mankato duke it out on the ice and on our television screens for the national championship. Not one, not two, not three, not four, not five, not six, not seven, but 8 phenomenal hot sauces.
Wow.
This is absolutely astounding. I have never seen such a wide collection of hot sauces before. Where did you gather these all from?
Well, it started out at the grocery store, and then I slowly made my way to the dollar store. And then after a while, I went into the pretentious and phenomenal antique store known as the Holiday Gas Station.
That is incredible. Now, would you like to tell me a little bit about Crybaby Craig's here?
Yes, that is, if you ask me, that is the best hot sauce here. It was made by a crybaby named Craig. He actually never cried until he had that sauce, and that's his tears.